Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at 6.
New tonight, off-duty lifeguards rescued 9 people from rip currents at a popular New Hampshire beach. Those lifeguards just happened to stay around after their shifts when they saw the swimmers struggling in the water. Good evening, I'm Katie Bryce.
And I'm Ken MacLeod. While those swimmers were plucked from the water, the concern for rip currents is back tonight with the arrival of low tide. WBZ's Jim Smith is live at Hampton Beach in New Hampshire for us right now. Jim?
That's right, Katie and Ken. Believe it or not, rip currents can very often be worse at low tide. It's like a river in the ocean itself. Take a look here at the scene at Hampton. When we get rip currents, they're a strong current that can potentially pull you right out to sea.
It's very dangerous to pull you right out.
A busy Saturday at Hampton Beach, mid-July, and the place is packed. But lifeguards have a warning for ocean swimmers throughout New England. Beware of rip currents. Also called rip tides, swimmers say they can make conditions treacherous.
It was like a washing machine. It would bounce you around and pull you right back out.
A wave came, and I went under and got tumbled around. It was tough because the waves just kept coming, one right after the other.
Friday night, lifeguards had to rescue about 10 people from rough water at Hampton Beach. All of those rescues after regular lifeguard hours, but luckily, the off-duty guards were still around.
We were upstairs closing up for the night. We noticed 3 victims out in the water. We sent lifeguards out to make the first rescue of the 3 females. We saw 2 more people that were stuck in the rip current, so we went out, rescued them. And at this point, there was another group of about 5 people that were in a different rip current, a little bit south of where our location, so we went in and had to rescue them as well.
Some say swimmers need to take responsibility, too.
They have to understand you can't go out too far. You've got to be real careful. And then they panic, and that's the problem.
They feel invincible, and they don't see the danger. But the poor lifeguards, they're putting their lives
on
the line.
And if lifeguards are on duty, it's a good idea to ask them about conditions when you first get to the beach. And if you ever do get caught in a riptide, try and resist the temptation to swim straight back into shore against the current. You'll get tired. If you can, swim across, swim parallel to the shore. Hopefully, that will get you out of the rip current. At Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, Jim Smith, WBZ News.
All right, Jim, thanks. Let's talk a little weather now. We're in for a mostly quiet Saturday night, but there is a chance of rain in some spots.
Which we do need. Meteorologist Pamela Gardner is here tracking that rain and a chance for storms on Sunday.
Yeah, and a lot of the showers will move in overnight tonight with another chance for some of those storms tomorrow afternoon popping up in the heat of the day. We have a cold front approaching the area, and that's what's going to trigger the storm and shower chance over the next 24 hours. Radar right now shows it's pretty quiet here in Boston. We do have a couple of sprinkles and showers showing up on radar across southern New Hampshire, and that all moving to the south and east. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It was a bit cooler today because of all the cloud cover, and the clouds will continue to thicken up. We have more showers and a couple thunderstorms across upstate New York. This moves into western parts of New England over the next couple of hours. Dew point temperatures, though, are so low along the coastline that anything that's developed back to our west does have enough humidity in the air to trigger enough rain to make it to the ground. But it's running into the dry air as the showers progress to the south and to the east, and so everything so far has fallen apart. Dew point temperatures will increase a little bit. That means the humidity prime to allow these showers and storms to make their way to the coastline and across Boston overnight. Hit or miss chance for the rain, patchy fog overnight, mostly cloudy, and then we refuel the atmosphere again as that cold front just sits right over basically the Mass Pike for Sunday afternoon. Any additional sunshine that we see could help to trigger an isolated strong thunderstorm. Damaging wind gusts would be the main threat, as well as brief heavy downpours and a little bit of thunder and lightning. Then the rainfall risk decreases Sunday night, and we have another chance for pop-up storms on Monday. But most of the days, the next couple days, will be dry. Temperatures now in the 70s, 70 in Boston, 75 in Taunton. And this evening will be in the 70s as the Revs take on the Galaxy at Gillette Stadium with that match time, 7:30. Wind from the south, 5 to 10, chance for a passing shower late in the game. Low temps overnight in the 60s, and tomorrow highs in the 70s on the coast with the low to mid 80s inland. Again, dependent upon how much sunshine we see. And along the coast, we also have that rip current risk because of these extreme extremely high and low tides. We have astronomical high tides the next several nights, and same story tonight again. 1 to 3 foot waves offshore, minor splash over, and the tide heights actually approaching flood stage, getting close to it here in Boston after 1 a.m. 12.2 for the forecast tide height. Monday, Tuesday, slowly seeing that high tide height go a little bit down. So there's your 7-day outlook as we see hot summer weather back in the forecast. Sunday, it does get more humid. Monday, Tuesday, low 90s. Pop-up storms Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then we dry things out for the end of the week. Back to you.
All right, Pamela, thanks. Developing tonight, one man is under arrest, and the search is on for several others after a home invasion in Canton. Police got a call around 11:30 last night that some people were trying to break into a house on Rockland Street. When officers arrived, they saw 3 people scramble from the house and jump into a waiting pickup truck. During the chase that followed, 2 men bailed from the pickup and tried to run, but an officer was able to tackle one and cuff him after a struggle.
After a short chase, I was able to catch up to him, tase him, tackle him to the ground, and eventually subdue and handcuff him.
The suspect is a 26-year-old Brockton man. He's facing a number of charges, including armed robbery, home invasion, and assaulting an officer. Police say they've identified the other suspects. An arrest should result shortly.
The U.S. Coast Guard spent the morning searching the waters off of southern Cape Cod for possible people in the water. Here's why. 3 unmanned kayaks were found adrift, but there are no labels on the kayaks, so it's not clear who they belong to, and there have been no missing persons reports. The Coast Guard is asking for anyone with information on those kayaks to give them a call. 20-year-old Medfield man died in a motorcycle crash overnight in Walpole. The crash happened just after 10:45 last night on High Street near Ridge Road. And police are still investigating what led to that crash.
A Massachusetts man who was reported missing in June has been found murdered in Rindge, New Hampshire. The body has been identified as that of 20-year-old Brandon Chickless of Westminster. It was found by a jogger along Route 119. The medical examiner has determined that Chickless was murdered, but they're not releasing the cause of death at this point. Police are looking for witnesses who may be able to help determine who killed him and why. In Cambridge, police are investigating 2 separate shootings that happened roughly an hour apart. In the first, a man was shot in the arm at around 12:15 this morning as he sat in a vehicle at Cambridge and Fitch Streets. The second happened just before 1:30 this morning. That man was also shot in the arm near the corner of Putnam and Mass Avenues. Neither of the wounds life-threatening.
Boston Fire responded to this unique crash. They were called to Humboldt Avenue in Roxbury this morning. In addition to the SUV and car, a utility pole was also damaged. No one was injured, though. Well, thanks so much for clicking on CBSBoston.com.
We hope to see you tonight at 11 on WBZ Channel 4 or at 8 over on MyTV 38. Until then, you have a great evening.